Hi, my name is Alex and welcome to the Crochet Circle.
And now for the part 2 of this acorn video tutorial, where I'm gonna show you how to make the hat and this little, I have no idea how to call it, but yeah, the acorn cap, how to sew the cap on the acorn base, and yeah, that's it. So part 2, again, just single crochet stitches. There are two things that you kind of have to have in mind. It's leaving a bit longer starting tail for this part and leaving a bit longer end tail to sew the head to the base. Again, up here in the corner you're gonna have the pattern written. Also, the pattern will be written down in the description below. And if you like my video, you're welcome to subscribe and like it and comment. And don't forget, if you subscribe, you are gonna get notified when I'm gonna get something out new. So let's start with the part 2 of the video tutorial to make the cap. Now for the cap, I have a little secret, because you want this little part as well. So you know how I'm usually not leaving much of a starting tail? Well, here, let's say you need about 50 centimeters. Now with my handy measurement tape, that means it's about 19 inches. So just leave a bit longer tail and then start. Okay, so here's my tail. As you can see, it's a bit longer, and I'm gonna start after these 50 centimeters. Again, I'm gonna start with a magic ring, yarn twice around my thumb. Again, the pattern will be up here as well. Grabbing the working yarn, chain 1. And I need to do 6 single crochets. So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Pulling the magic ring together and closing it up. As you can see, a long starting tail. Okay, so row number 1 is done. Row number 2 is going from 6 to 12. That means in each stitch I'm gonna do an increase. An increase is just 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So that's a 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12. Now to go from 12 to 18, an increase single crochet 6 times. So an increase is 1, 2, 3 is a single crochet, 4, 5 is an increase, 6 is a single crochet, 7, 8 is an increase, 9 is a single crochet, 10, 11 is an increase, oops, 10, 11, 12 is a single crochet, 13, 14 is an increase, 15 is a single crochet, 16, 17 is an increase, and 19 is a single crochet. Sorry, 18 is a single crochet. Now I have 18 stitches here and I have 18 stitches here, but I want the head part to be just a little bit bigger than the base, so I need to do 2, perhaps even 3 stitches, but I'm gonna first opt for 2 stitches, so I'm gonna make one increase, for example here, and the other one on the other side. So I'm gonna do 2 single crochets, and let's say an increase. Now I'm gonna do 7 single crochets, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now that's an increase, and that's it. Now I have 20 stitches, and guess what? You can do the head as shallow as you want or as deep as you want. Again, I'm gonna be probably making about 4 rows of it as soon as I finish this one row. Okay, so I'm back at the beginning, and now that I have 20 stitches, let's say 3-4 rows of 20, again depending on how big, how tall you want, how deep the head should be. So it's 20 stitches. So I'm gonna just put a marker in, so I'm gonna know when there's a end of the row. So yeah, now I just need to do 20 stitches. I've put a marker in a bit odd place in, but it's gonna be fine. It will come out anyways. So yeah, 20 single crochet stitches in about 3-4 rows. And then I'm almost at the end. Well, almost. I still have to show you how to make the top part of the head with the long starting tail that I suggested that you leave. Now, if you wouldn't leave that long of a tail, that means you would have to sew on the little branchy thing where the acorn is attached. But yeah, because I've done few of them, I know that I need to make a bit room. I need to have a bit of a starting tail just to kind of make it like it is. So that's a row 1 done. Just single crochet stitches, and I have 20 stitches here. So what I would also suggest when making the head of the acorn is not sewing it on front side, but flipping the work around, because you kind of get this nice wavy pattern and it looks much nicer. It's a contrast to the smooth bottom part. So that's row number 2 done. I'm gonna do one more row, so it's gonna be 3 rows. Again, you can do more, you can do less. I'm gonna do it with 3 rows. You can always check with your material, with your crochet hook, crochet yarn, what kind of yarn you are using, if it's deep enough or how you want it to be. I definitely put the stitch marker on the wrong side, but that doesn't matter at the moment. Okay, so I've done 3 rows of 20 stitches. What I'm now gonna do is I'm gonna just check if it's okay for me. I think that's perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with 3. I could go with 4, but no need. Okay, so first removing this stitch marker that was on the wrong side. And I have to finish this off. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make a slip stitch. And then I'm gonna leave again a bit of a tail to sew the top part on. Now I'm gonna pull the yarn through and make an invisible join. So I'm gonna go in, not in the first stitch, in the second one, and go back to where I came from. And that's joined. Okay, so I said I am gonna be using the back side of my top as the outside, because again of this nice wavy form. This is my starting tail. What I now have to do is I have to go in and do few single crochet stitches. Actually, I need to do few chains. So I go into the middle, grab the yarn and make a loop. Okay. Now that's my loop. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chains. Now, because it's not thick enough, I'm gonna start doing single crochet stitches on the other way around. So I'm gonna first the last chain stitch, and I now have to do 5 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm pulling the yarn through. Now again, needle, and sew it on top, just on top of the magic ring. So you kind of have to hide the magic ring in. And what I like to do is I like to go back up, just because that means it's a bit stiffer and a bit thicker. And you can do that as often as you want. I'm gonna go one more way down. Oops. So yeah, back down and into the work. And that's it. Okay, so now what I have to do is, what you also have to do is sew the top hat on the acorn. What I'm first gonna do is I'm gonna go on the outside here just to have a nice way where I have to sew. I'm just gonna put the acorn hat on top. Now you have to perhaps adjust it a bit just to see that it's not wonky, that it's in line. You can use your pins for that, but I'm just gonna say it looks straight to me. So now I'm just gonna go in and out and sew the top part to the acorn base. I am gonna make 2 rounds going around, so it's gonna be nicely secured. So yeah, I just go in and out. And don't pull the yarn too much because you don't want it to be pulling. You see here it's still open, so I'm gonna go in and try to get out where it's not secured as much as it would be good. And that's it. I'm just gonna secure the end tail in, cut the yarn and show you the end result. So here it is. Here's the little acorn that I made. Now again, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you did, let me know with a thumbs up. Perhaps even subscribe to get notified when I'm gonna have something new out. And yeah, until the next time, I'm gonna say happy crafting!